approach I invented, and I ain't taking that back cause I meant it. Get it, wow, wow, wow. Get it, wow, wow, wow. Get it, wow, wow, wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wow.
Hey you guys, as you see, I am back with a book review. In this book, I'm going to get everything right on time, right? So, it's called Pray For Me, right? Well, no, it's actually the Pulpit Chronicles, and it's Pray For Me, right? So, this book, I'm trying to get everything right, is by Moss-Dyme, right? So, listen, this book, I want to say is on Kindle. No, it's not. Maybe it is. I'm going to double check, and I'm going to put it down below so you guys can know. Point is, the book chronicles so much that goes on, like, in a lot of churches. And let me, even before I get started, I'm going to tell y'all now, it's thundering and lightning. So if y'all hear a lot of, like, noise and crap, that's what it is. Or if I sit here and just run away from the camera, that's what it is. But it's mad bright and sunny out, so I figured I might as well get my recording in now. So, the book Pray For Me, I'm going to call it Pray For Me, right? So listen, the book, it chronicles a lot that goes on in churches that's, like, not discussed, right? And, like, it's funny because when I used to be, like, really heavily involved in church, like, and I'd be like, oh, I'm going to church often. A lot of people would sit here and say, oh, your pastor probably not even living right. And y'all sitting here listening to this pastor. Y'all pastor probably be out and probably got 6'5" girlfriends and that. And I used to be like, oh, no, I don't feel that way. This and that. But this book really made me, like, not even reconsider, but it really just kind of shed light on the fact of, like, not everybody be living the way they sit here and portray, right? So the book follows the stories of a lot of different people. It follows this reverend. So his name is Reverend Goody, right? And I think it's funny and it's ironic. I think it's like a cute little play on words that the author did. The fact that, like, his name is Reverend Goody and, like, he's, like, deemed as, like, this, like, extremely holy man. He's extremely, like, he's resisting temptation, right, is what it appears like, right? Because all these women are, like, throwing themselves at him and this and that. And, like, at first I'm like, okay, like, there's parts of the book where it was talking about he would sit here and he goes in bar rooms and he feels like he can minister to people there and he'll pray with people there. And I don't know, it just kind of, when I read that part, it reminded me of this one movie where, like, I don't remember if it was some pastor. Matter of fact, it was Friday that it reminded me. And the dude was like, he was like a deacon, right? And he's like, oh, he's like, the Lord is my shepherd and he's my savior and he knows what I want. And he ran off. I don't know what's going on with my words today. He ran off to go see this woman, right? So I'm sitting here wondering, like, maybe that's what he's doing behind the scenes, but maybe he's, like, gay. Like, maybe he likes men. So that's why it's not all that hard for him to, like, resist temptation, right? So I don't want to spoil the book. I do want to say there are some trigger warnings when it comes to, like, molestation and rape and things like that. And it's like, I don't know. I kind of feel like I keep saying that when it comes to books and stuff. But it's like, it's not like I'm seeking out these books to sit here and find a book and read on that. But that is, like, a topic I think that people are talking about more in books. Like, it's not so, oh, let's not talk about it. And I like that. But just in case you don't want to read that kind of stuff, there is, like, the trigger warning factor of you might want to read the book with caution. So, listen, Reverend Goody got some stuff for him, is the best way that I'm going to put it without me giving away exactly what his problem is. He got some things with him that I could never get down with. So, there's also a boy in the book. His name's Jamal. And his mom, like, drags him and his siblings off to church. And it's like, it's clear that the kids don't really like it. I'm trying to fix my hair. It's clear that the kids don't really like going because it's like, on Saturdays when all the other kids are outside playing and stuff, Jamal and his siblings have to be getting ready for church in the morning. They have to be ironing out their clothes and picking out their clothes. And, like, if their mom doesn't like what they picked out and if the mom doesn't feel like they ironed it well enough, she, like, basically tells them, no, you can start all over again. So the thing is, there were so many of them, like, so many kids that the mother had, that, like, if you weren't the first or second or third person to get to the ironing board, you're going to be the last person, and then you're going to be tired, and then you're not going to be wanting to do it. And it's like, I can agree with that, because my mom used to have me and, like, me and my brother would have to do it. So it was only two of us, but still. My mom was like, oh, you have to pick out all 5 days worth of school clothes, and you're going to iron them all out by Sunday, and this is what it's going to be. So I get it. It's annoying. Jamal gets to the point, though, where he's like, you know what? I'm tired of having to do the right thing. I'm tired of always having to basically, like, just do whatever his mom says. He's tired of it being so strict. So Jamal hits the point one day where he goes to school and he's like, you know what? I know if I don't go straight home, my mom is going to beat my ass, but he feel like it's worth it, right? So Jamal decides to go to a friend's house. He goes to Miguel's house, and Miguel is older, right? I want to say Jamal is like 12, 13. And when Jamal gets to Miguel's house, they kind of like make fun of him. Like, there's people there that are making fun of him. Like, Miguel's friends are making fun of him. Like, who brought the baby here? Like, this and that. Like, who's supposed to be babysitting him? Because he's so much younger. And even Miguel is like, you know what? Although I get that you want to come here and you want to have a break from your mom and stuff and all that, you still have to go home. Like, you still have to go home. You got to go home before the night's over. And the thing is, like, of course Jamal doesn't want to, but he still listens to Miguel, because what can you do? It's not like you can just stay at his house forever. So something ends up happening with Miguel. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. Then there is also another girl. I want to make sure I get her name right, because she plays an important role too. Kenitha, I want to say is her name. I'm not trying to mess it up. Kenitha, now listen, she kind of has a thing for Pastor Goody, right? And at first, like, I was rooting for her until I found out how Pastor Goody was, and that he got some tendencies that Pastor Goody got something with him that I can't. So Kenitha, her cousin, decides that she's gonna sit here and pop up at her house, basically, and she's gonna bring all her kids and her bags of laundry to her house. I'm trying to find Kenitha's cousin's name. The cousin's name I don't really feel like is all that important. Tawana. That's what it is, Tawana. Okay, Tawana comes with all her kids, right? She brings bags of dirty clothes, and she's like, oh, I'm bringing this here because, you know, we can wash our clothes here for cheaper instead of us going to the laundromat, right? So that's what I was saying. So Tawana's like, listen, we can just wash our clothes here and this and that. So she plops her dirty bags of clothes, her and her kids' dirty bags of clothes. And the thing that bothered me was like, okay, I get it. Like, you my cousin, so I kind of want to help you. I get it. But at the same time, sis, like, did you even ask before you brought all these clothes to this lady's house? Like, and the thing that, like, Kenitha did end up saying, like, shit, what about my damn water bill? What about my electricity bill? Like, this is about to go up sky high. This is not a cost that I was preparing for. Whatever. But she trying to be a good cousin. Kenitha trying to be a good cousin. What disgusted me the most was when a mouse came out of the bag of clothes. I lost it. I would have lost it. And Kenitha did lose it. She's sitting here trying to tell her cousin, like, look, you need to come get this mouse. You need to do something. And, like, Tawana's kind of just sitting there like, oh, we ain't have mice at our house, so you must have just had this little critter walking around here. Your little furry friend must have just been here all this time. You didn't notice. Like, girl, no. No, I watched it come out of the bag. This is from your house. So I would have lost it. I'm sorry. Tawana and her baby's kids would have left. Cousin, sister, family, friend or not, you have to go, because I personally don't play with mice. That would have been the only straw she would have got from me. But Kenitha's nice. She puts the clothes out. She tosses the clothes kind of over like the balcony to put them outside. And I would have did the same thing. Like, oh, this shit can't stay here. I don't do mice. I don't do animals. Like, I do my cats and that's it. So it's like, I have the worst fear of mice. And it was like, I truly felt like Kenitha, like, I felt like she gave the calmest, most respectful response. But, like, Tawana is sitting here showing her whole behind. She's like, oh, she's trying to be funny towards us. We're about to leave. I'm going to call me a taxi. I'm going to call us a ride. And this and that. Like, her cousin Tawana just did the most. And it got to the point, at one point, I'm like, they're about to fight. It's about to thunder. Because I just saw the lightning. Maybe it's not. So, I'm like, you know what? This is too much. I would have sent her packing. Now, it seemed like they were going to get to the point where they were going to fight, but then they didn't, which was shocking to me, because it was like, Tawana's mouth is real crazy. Her mouth is very, very crazy. And it's just like, she would have had to go. Like, she would have had to go. Forget the whole mouth situation. The way that her mouth was going, like, and I guess Kenitha was even, like, kind of saying, like, it's been like that since they was kids. To me, it's just like, when it gets to a certain point where it's like, girl, we not kids no more. We not little no more. You're not going to be sitting here just talking to me all types of crazy. And I'm just going to be like, oh, it's okay because we're a family. No, you're not going to talk crazy to me in my house. Like, that's no. Something has to give or someone has to go. And since I'm the one who lives here and my name's on the lease, you have to go. So they managed to talk it out somehow. I don't even know how. I don't know how. But that's how some families are. That's how some families love. You guys, listen. This book is a quick read. The problem is I took my time reading the book. So there were some parts where I had to go back to go double check. Like, wait, was that Jamal that was involved in that situation in the beginning? Or was that not Jamal that was involved? And then there was another part too where I had got confused for a second, because there is a part where they're telling like Kenitha's story, but then there's another part where they're telling her her mother. I don't want to call her mother Anna. Her mother's name is Anna something. I don't know why I was going to call her Anna May or Anna Marie. Where is I at? April Ann. I done dropped the tablet. April Ann is her mother. So there was a point when I had got confused. So I'm like, wait, who the hell am I reading about? But that was just on my own thing. Like, that was just my own confusion, because I was doing a little too much while reading at the same time. So it was my own confusion. I did like the book. I would give the book like a 4-star rating if I did like a 4 out of 5, because it was like, I liked it, but then like there were some parts where it was just like, I don't know. It just felt like kind of unnecessary detail. Like, it just felt like it was like really detailed in a way of like, it was kind of just like, just get to the point. Just get to the point. Like, I just want to know what happened. But it was a good book though. The book had, let me see. I'm going to tell you exactly how many pages it had. It had 292 pages. So go back. It was a good book. Then there was also, okay, so back to April Ann, right? So her mother, the thing that I had liked about like the part with her mom was that it was realistic. It was like, there were some parts where it was like, it was hard to read, not in the aspect of like, what am I reading? But it was hard to read in the aspect of like, I don't know, it's just hard for me to read like whenever like a woman's going through some things and it's like really unfortunate. Like, it bothered me. Some things that April Ann went through, I felt really bad for her. But I can't say she was like the mom that like really made sacrifices for her kids. She really made sacrifices for her children and her family. And she did the best that she could with what she had. So I did appreciate that aspect of it. A lot of like the negative parts, like the bad character, are balanced out by like the positive ones. So I did like the book. I would definitely read another book by this author. So you guys, if you've already read the book, comment below and let me know what you guys think. It took me a second to read it, you guys. It took me a second, because y'all know long-winded books that are like over 140 pages, I'd be like, damn, I ain't even halfway through. But regardless, I did like the book. So y'all check out this author. I'm going to put all her information below, the book link below. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And for now, I am out. When I die, put my money in the pocket, so high. Republicans on the plane, making on a bitch.